everybody. Good morning and welcome to the stream. Or good afternoon for those of you lucky enough to live in New York. How are you all doing? Hello, CB. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. What are you up to this morning? What's the project? What you working on? I am working on a big table of boring data again. It's It's the same table, but I'm further along. I have uh, 41 studies that I need to rate for quality in each of 12 areas. So it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. And that's okay. CD is working on writing group homework at Start for President Book 2. Awesome. Awesome. Gotta love some of that Start for President stuff. It sounded very cool last time we were talking about it. Group homework, probably, less wildly entertaining. Uh, I hope that you aren't having the Alexander Hamilton experience of group projects where everybody else drops out and you end up writing the whole thing. Um, but yeah. Hopefully we get a couple sprints in, you get that out of the way, and you can get back to writing fun things about Tony Stark and his wild adventure on the way to the White House. I'm happy enough with what I'm doing this morning. This is straightforward. I have again been awake since stupid o'clock this morning. Don't know why. Don't know why. Body clock doing weird thing. I'm just gonna go with it. Gonna go with it. I'm feeling reasonably well rested, so I'll take that. I guess. If I need to sleep, my body will make me take it eventually. It'll happen. So he said, not really a group project. We have to seed book and submit a page. Oh, okay. So you've all got an individual book that is going to bigger thing. That's easier to manage. Easier to manage. It means that you don't have the whole experience of the group chat being like, "Hey, buddy, uh, what you doing? Where's your bit?" You only have to look out for your own bit, and that's good. That's good. Uh, in lieu of the annoying group chat, you can have us. We can be your group, kind of. Not quite got it there. I don't know. I don't understand Seedbook. I've not ever done that kind of assignment, so I'm not sure what you mean by that. And maybe you could tell me more about it. Um, but yeah, we could be your group. Hey, yeah, you could do a group project with us. You could ask us questions. You can contribute things. It's not plagiarism if we're only asking questions and giving hints and you know cheerleading, getting our little pom poms out, all that. Anyway, uh, each of us creates a seed book for ideas and each submits a page of ideas. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's a selection from within this seed book that we're one page is selected that goes into the thing. Where you have a bigger thing to keep yourself. That's cool. That's cool. Ideas book. What kind of ideas are they? Is this a creative writing kind of assignment or something else? I'm doing it slightly differently because I won't be at my group for a couple of months. Clarinet exam looks a whole lot closer decided now. Wow, you busy, CD. You're doing all sorts of things. You're doing some clarinet, you're doing some writing, you're doing this last thing. Seems you got a lot on. And yeah, sometimes things have to drop a little down the priority order so that you can get everything done. I have dropped an awful lot of things off of my priority list currently. The only things I'm doing currently is um, my thesis, and I'm making things for my shop on Etsy because people pay me to do that, and I like money. And also, Etsy's very good at organizing the tasks and reminding you that you have to post things out today. Now, can be quite insistent. So I tend to keep up with my Etsy stuff. Anyway, we both have a lot to do. So I'm pretty sure other people out there also have a bunch of stuff to do. So let's get into our first warm-up sprint of the day. We'll do 10 minutes. Just gonna grab the timer. Three, oh, 2, 1, and go. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I think that's went like on thing. Needs to be out today, so just gonna make sure I have that done before I crack on with other stuff. How did you folks do? See what it's supposed to be. As usual, I didn't understand the assignment properly, and there wasn't any time for me to clarify with the facilitation notes. Okay, mornings. Style it out. Style it out. I feel you. I've done that more than once. Read every assignment every class has ever done. Huh? Yeah. Writing it like a diary and adding bonus content? Yeah, it's a nice framing device. I like that. And hello, Emma. Hey, welcome back. Ooh, my audio is super bad. That's not good. Is it just you? I don't know. CD, how's my audio? See if I can adjust the visual suspects here. That's okay. Got some white noise. Okay. Hmm. Alright, if I take this in further, we'll turn down the gain and see what access I've got. Good morning. Good morning, Hayden. Glad we could be your soundtrack. I'm going to see if I can take this out this evening. 38, 38 words of Big Rabbit questions. Ooh, that's good. That's good. I like that. I'm just going to. Okay. I'm still here. I'm still talking. Oh, I can see I'm spiking a lot. Okay. Start with down. Okay. Boom. Boom. Okay. How are you doing now? Noise CD says my favorite question to answer is would rather spend the day with Vince McMahon or DJ? Vince McMahon, yeah. Vince is an interesting character. He finds it really interesting. Ooh, same. Okay, tell you what, folks. I'm gonna go to a sprint and see if I can sort anything out in the back end. Because I don't want to be pissy at you. But this is. Don't like this. Don't like this at all. Okay. Ready.
Hi. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. Gonna wait to see if anybody refreshes so that I can tell whether I am doing okay or not. Just gonna put a thing up on my Instagram. If anybody's there, let me know how my sound is now. Good. Excellent. I am so glad to hear that. So that was it's been a bit of a broken sprint. But if I'm sounding okay to you now, that's good. That's good. Let's get back to it. I'm gonna grab my timer again. I think we were about at 20 minutes, so let's drop us back roughly there. Grab that. Share it. No, it wasn't. It wasn't 25 minutes. It was just however long it was to for me to get to the microphone and get it. I had to reset the computer and do a bunch of stuff and try and get the settings a little bit better. But I think I'm okay now. I was going to drop us back into the sprint, kind of somewhere near where we left off. Which let's go for another 15. That's probably 17. Yeah, let's go for that. All right. 61 words, CB. Well done for such a short sprint. But I think let's get back to it and see what we can do. Okay. Cool. 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully, that'll be the technical issues over for the day. That was a whole thing, wasn't it? But we're all back now, and hopefully, we have achieved some things. I achieved a badge. It's shiny. Hopefully, the person likes it. And I found the things I needed to start my table. So I'm going to be able to do the boring data thing on the next sprint. So, CB got 61 words. Now, that was before we restarted the sprint after the technical difficulties. There we go. Hayden is dressed and waiting on the bus. I'll be reading A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas instead of writing. Oh, cool. I've not read that one. Is it good? Sounds like fantasy. Sounds like I'm gonna guess. It's either fairies or vampires, and I'm gonna go probably fairies. Oh, I like fairy stories. You'll have to tell me. Emma got 320 words. Well done. You are banging it out today. CB got another 116. So that is for a total of 167 from that slightly longer sprint. Well done. That's really good. Sounds like everybody's being productive. And I'm feeling that. It's good. Yeah, 177. Yeah, I can do math sometimes. Hayden says, good so far. Book 5 in her Court of Thorns and Roses. And yes, it's fairy fantasy, maybe. Yeah. I've heard of A Court of Thorns and Roses, but I haven't read it. I am I'm very much into playing and GMing Changeling, so it probably is up my street. I like that kind of weirdness. Yeah, 11 out of 10. Do recommend. Fae, yeah, Fae weirdness. I had to use the calculator for that because I'm on a break from adult homeschooling. Yeah, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. Mental math is not a good judge of pretty much anything except working memory, and a lot of us are neurodivergent, and yeah, working memory, not a thing all of us got. So, sorry, the doorbell went in my house, and I just wanted to be sure that somebody was going to get to it, but it sounds like somebody's going, probably my sister. People are ordering packages from the internet, getting things, and I'm sending them out. So there's balance in the universe. While I have you on things Fae, I want to make a recommendation. I have a friend who runs a YouTube channel, and they are an expert in the field. They are a professional storyteller who has background in the academic study of folklore, work in the Leprechaun Museum here in Dublin, and they do, on their channel, they do some traditional Irish storytelling, and also they do some sort of analysis of kind of the meaning of folklore in society and the influence and impact of folklore in society and on popular culture. So they might be, if you are into that sort of thing, you might just like Hog and Dice. They're there. Okay. Emma says, how was your research mission? It was successful. It was really annoying because I had to go all the way across town, and I got there and I looked at the book and I was like, there's only one page of this I actually need. So I took a picture of it and went home again. I did get to go into some shops in the on the way, and I got myself a nice new pair of sweatpants. They're so comfy. Sweatpants. So stretchy, so warm. I am happy. Working memory. What is this working memory that you speak of? One of my favorite little topics. So, working memory is a more accurate name for short-term memory, or a more specific term for short-term memory. Because often when we think short-term memory, we think about remembering stuff that happened yesterday. But working memory is something a bit more specific than that. So basically, it is for holding things in your head while you work on them. So if you are adding up to sums to numbers in your head, you have to hold both of those numbers in your head for long enough to add them together. And if it's if it's something that requires carrying tens, you need to kind of remember that so that you can successfully complete the sum. You also use it for things like remembering a phone number for long enough to put it into your phone, or remembering directions, being able to sync them up in a list. And they talk about having a phonological loop, so kind of having something on repeat in your head till you need it, and visuospatial scratch pads, so being able to remember something visually. And it's because it's an executive functions connected to other executive functions like attention and sequencing. That's something that sometimes people who are on the autistic spectrum, people have ADHD or dyslexia, dyspraxia, any of those things, sometimes have a problem with working memory. And it leads to trouble sort of keeping everything in your head for long enough to figure out what you have to do next. And overwhelm is a big thing with working memory, because if you can't sort of fit everything into your mental workspace that you need to pay attention to get a task done, it just feels like everything is everywhere. I don't know what's going on. There were other things that affected it as well, but yeah, the average is that people can hold in working memory is kind of 7 chunks of information, like 7 digits, plus or minus 2. But obviously, some people are going to be higher than that. Some people are going to be much lower. So that is a thing. It's interesting to learn about, because it really comes into everything sooner or later. CB says the show Lord of the Dance is entirely based on Irish folklore. That's the one that followed on from Riverdance, isn't it? Am I right? I've not seen it. I'm not familiar. Hayden says, "Yeah, no dice." Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's one of those. It's one of those things. Yeah. CB says any sum that involves carrying tens, I usually write it down or use the calculator. Yeah, that's a good adaptation. If that is something that you kind of struggle with, then the more things you write down, the more stuff doesn't have to be in your head. I like to draw diagrams of things a lot, and make lists, things like that, because it just means that you're not kind of overclocking your processing power, and you feel less frazzled, and it's easier to think your way all the way through things. The other thing is chunking. If you can remember something as one thing rather than 3 things, it only counts as one thing for the purposes of your processing. So if you're remembering 350 instead of 350, that's shortened the chunk, and that's reduced the amount that you have to remember. It's why things can get more automatic as you do them over and over again, because you're able to take things that at first were like, if you've driven a car, you're probably able to think about, okay, well, the first time I drove a car, I had to remember I put the clutch down and then I shift the gear and then I bring the clutch up, but I have to balance it with the accelerator and I have to look at this mirror and then I look at that mirror, and those are all separate things. But eventually it gets to, I put the car in gear, and that chunk now contains all of clutch down, accelerator down, into gear, and check and you're there. So it's less taxing. But yeah, brains. I like brains. Yes, Lord of the Dance. Michael flatly left Riverdance, and then he created Lord of the Dance, financed it off his own back, and went and toured Australia first, and then the US. I love Riverdance. Yet to watch it through in one sitting. Yeah, I saw, like probably most Irish people, I have seen the Riverdance entry in the Eurovision. It wasn't an entry in the Eurovision. It was a halftime intermission thing that basically we were hosting the Eurovision Song Contest in Ireland, and that was kind of like the halftime entertainment. So I saw that back when it happened, back in the 90s. And then Riverdance became this huge international phenomenon, but most Irish people haven't seen it. I did know some people who were in one of the local shows because they were Irish dancers, but it's it's not as popular at home as it is abroad. CB says, at 39 years old, I still have to put the headings when I am adding figures higher than 999. Yeah. Do what works. Doesn't matter what they told you in school. Doesn't matter what other people do. You do what works for you. There is no shame in that. Also, when learning to drive, I'll need to learn an automatic. Yeah, again, you do what works. I am bullheaded and will probably continue to attempt to get a stick shift license, but that is because I spent so long learning the goddamn clutch thing. I don't want to waste all that time. It is absolutely me falling prey to the sunk costs fallacy. If I fail the driving test, I might go back and try and get an automatic. But I put so much work into it, and this sort of thing, I do have to spark you. This sort of motor learning does not come easy to me. So, yeah, sunk cost fallacies gets to the best of us. Casey says, good morning, gonna get me some coffee and then I will be ready. Awesome. This is good. We are an hour in. Sounds like we are all kind of warmed up. We're all ready. We're doing things. Emma says, yeah, automatic. We're talking a little bit about driving cars. Automatic it does make it easier. You have fewer things to think about. It is no shame in doing the easier thing. There are no prizes for sticking things out like I have. I can tell you, no one will give you a prize for it in the end. CV says I had half a lesson in manual car and full lesson automatic for the automatic. Yeah, and I think in the future most cars are going to be automatic, because if you look at all the hybrids coming on the market, they're all automatic. So I reckon 10, 20 years time, nobody is going to be driving stick shift unless it's competitive or something. It's the way of the future. Anyway, yeah, we are an hour in, and I really need to get a start on this boring but necessary table of data. So I think we're going to set us up with another sprint. All right. Ready. 3, 2, 1, and sprint. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Let's have a look at the comments. CB was expressing a desire from an Audi. Yeah, they're good cars. They're good cars. My dad likes an Audi. He's got one of those. They've got some. I think the one he has is an automatic. I don't know. Not sure. So shows you how long it's been since I was in the car with my dad. Casey says, ready, happy sprinting, everyone. Yeah, I hope that you carried that motivation through. And then we blocked a bot because the bot was spamming us with things. I got working on the table of stuff. It's the same table I was talking about the other day that I needed to go on a great quest to the library on the other side of town to find and this instructions for how to complete the table. It's a table that is about assessing the quality of scientific studies. So basically, I have to go through each item and rate it for each study that I am reviewing. It is going to take a very, very long time. But, gotta be done. CB's got 154 words. Well done. Emma Decker, 272. Well done to you too. CB says, blame Marvel for me wanting an Audi. Yeah. Product placement. It's powerful. There's reason they pay so much money to be in things. Michaela says, got some outlining done for the series I'm working on right now. It's a young adult high fantasy. Ooh, tell us things. Tell us about your outline. I always love seeing your little profile picture here. You look like you're doing some cool archery stuff in it. Archery's cool. But yeah, I'd love to hear about what you're writing about and what's your world like. Give us your elevator pitch. Get us all hooked so that on future streams we're just going to demand things to write us things. I mean, or maybe don't. Maybe you don't want us going, we want to read the book. But if you do want us to be slavering at the mouth wanting to read your book, then do give us your elevator pitch. Tell us what you're doing. Emma is finally working on draft 2. Yes. Yeah, cool. Some editing going on there. That's cool. CB has done archery once on a school trip and it was fun. You've done everything at some point. I feel that you might be like me, trying all the things, all the sports and all the dances and all the things and the musical instruments, and might not be good at some of them, but hey, throw everything at the wall, see what happens. Casey says, no writing for me. Apparently my day job thinks I should work on what they pay me for. Well, how very dare they, Casey? Don't they know you have more important things to do than work? God, that's so inconsiderate. Emma says, editing, lol, more like a rewrite. My stories changed a lot. Yeah, that can happen. Stories have a mind of their own occasionally, and they go wander off to greener pastures than we originally envisioned for them. But that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, I'm doing editing that is more like a rewrite at the moment as well, and I kind of feel your pain. There's a there's a bit where you get to a paragraph and you're like, oh, this doesn't fit anymore. I spent so long writing this goddamn paragraph and now I have to kill it. Oh no. I find it easier in some ways to have. I have a file at the moment running called bits I cut out, and if I think the paragraph needs to go, I cut it out and I put it in that file. And that way, it's like, oh, if I need it, if I read through the thing and I'm like, no, actually, I need some of that later, then I will. Then I'll be able to go back and get it. So far, I haven't for most of it because it's like, I read through it and it makes sense, and it's I've written too much. So I tend to forget it exists after I put in that file, but it's not just deleting it and then thinking I might regret it, and it means I'm not faffing about with revising versions and stuff. CB's played softball. That was a laugh. Cool. I've never played softball. I don't think. Is softball like baseball or rounders? That kind of. Is it that kind of sport, or is it something else? I'm not entirely sure. I don't really have it over here. Same school trip. We were there for a week. That's deadly. Like, like outdoor, like activity things. I went on a school trip like that once. We got to go caving and rock climbing. That was deadly. That was cool. We got to climb up on a big wooden frame thing on harnesses, which was also fun. It's the first time in my life I got sunburned, like straight across my face. Okay, this is, I have archery as a hobby since May 2021, but I'm still a newbie. It all starts somewhere. Emma says, kind of miss Nano. I was just writing for words. The draft is paying a bit more attention. It's more painful, but necessary if I want to write something cohesive. Yeah, that's trouble. It's like, yeah, the word vomit stage it's good, but yeah, you do eventually have to be like, yeah, I'm going to have to delete things. I'm going to have to rewrite them so they make sense to anyone other than me. He says, yes, I hate, and that happens. Spend so much time working on it just to find it doesn't work at all. I think we've all been there. Yeah, baseball, but rounder. Oh, I was saying baseball or rounders, but yeah, baseball, but rounder. I guess. Uh, yeah. I I don't know, but it's not something I've ever really come across over here. But it sounds like fun. Hitting things with sticks is always fun. Softball is more like baseball than rounders, I think. Yeah, cool. What did I play in school? Not very much. I mean, I tried a lot of things. I tried camogie. I was not very good at camogie. A very small ball. I was quite good at intimidating other people on the pitch, but not necessarily good at doing anything with the ball when I got it. I did athletics, and I was absolutely terrible because I run like a duck. I was good at judo ish. I could push people over and sit on them. That was the thing I was reasonably okay at. Yeah, swimming. I was good at swimming until puberty hit the first time around, and I suddenly went from being a nice aerodynamic shape to being very hourglassy, which, yeah, it had a lot of, it didn't work for me, not at all. Anyway, getting off that subject, CB, yeah, lol. Michaela says, my story follows a girl that discovers she can transform into a dragon, and her entering into the new society, making friends and enemies. I haven't figured out a lot since I'm doing the outline now. That is so cool. I mean, just as a premise, as a pitch, main character learns how to transform into dragon and now must deal with dragon politics and society and shenanigans and make enemies and friends and things. And yeah, that's a great place to start. I mean, screw werewolves, turn into a dragon. That's deadly. I like it. What is Rounders? Uh, I don't know. I only ever played it a few times in gym class. It's a bit like baseball, but rubbish. Don't come at me if you like playing rounders. That was just my experience of playing it in PE. uh, Emma says, "Ooh, nice. Yeah, we got some more people into dragons here." CB says, "I like baseball more watching it than playing it." Yeah, it looks like it's a pretty entertaining game. I'm not much into watching sports at all, but I mean, it certainly looks like it takes a shorter time than cricket, uh, which is I. I was a support worker at one point for somebody who was super into cricket. And she tried to explain to me how cricket works, and I still do not understand how cricket works. She explained it to me, and I just like, yeah, baseball looks like it makes more sense and doesn't take days to finish a match. Uh, yeah. Casey says, "Tell me again why I must work. I want to write." Um, Capitalism. Yeah, you need money for food, and the current situation, you need to do a day job to make the monies. Hopefully, at some point, you will get to a point where you can write for money, and you won't have to do the day job as well. But eh. Yeah, work. Uh, I'm just hoping that if we ever get to the stage where we've automated everybody's jobs, it's the good feature where we have like the Star Trek Federation and universal basic income, and writers can just like write, and not the version where we all live in an Amazon company town on Mars. Yeah, commiserating about the work. Yeah. CV says, "I hate cricket. It's like watching paint dry." No, paint often dries faster than cricket. Basic rule of cricket is that the ball bounces over the boundary, it's worth 6 points. I guess. I only know because we played it in primary school. Yeah, we don't really play it. We don't really play it much here. There are some people who play cricket. There was a situation a few years ago that was kind of like, have you ever seen Cool Runnings? The Jamaican bobsled team that do super well, and they're confused as to what's going on. Um, yeah, and yeah, underdog story, da da da. There was a situation like that in real life with the Irish cricket team, because they're not a professional team, and they went off to the World Championships and started beating people and continue beating people. I think the biggest team they beat was Pakistan, and that was something quite significant because they actually care about cricket there. And our lads had to call home and be like, "So, can we have some more time off work? Because we didn't think we'd get this far." Yay, all in support of Star Trek Future rather than Amazon Hellscape. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I love that movie. Yeah. Cool Runnings. Kiss my lucky egg. But yeah, no, I think that that there could be a movie about the Irish cricket team, but it would probably be less visually interesting than the than Cool Runnings. Though apparently the art team weren't involved, but there was all sorts of allegations after the fact about match rigging and stuff going on. So you have an interesting B plot at least of the other stuff that's going on with the people who actually take cricket seriously, as opposed to these lads who are just like, what? And what do we do now? I didn't expect to get this far. Okay. So we are 10 minutes from my usual end of stream. And the month turns over on the 18th. So I could go for another sprint. I could keep going. Or we could stop and get lunch and do stuff. What do you folks think? Would you like another sprint? I could do another sprint, but I don't have to do another sprint. I could do something else. Emma says, ooh, screenplay ideas up for grabs. Could totally see that. CV says, I've seen Meryl Streep Irish dancing inside the actor's studio. Anything is possible to me now. Well, I mean, if the world has taught us anything in the last 2 years, yeah, pretty much anything is possible. We can't really rule anything out. I'm here if you are, says Casey. Anybody else up for sprinting? Emma says I'm sprinting for the next hour, so I'm here. Sweet. Yeah, sounds like we got people. I'm happy to run for people if people are running with me. I think it might actually be time for meds. Starting to, but I can do that during the sprint. All right, I'm going to set up a timer. Hands on your keyboards. Remember to stretch, save, move if you haven't. And get ready because we are sprinting in 3, 2, 1, and sprint. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Looks like we got some comments here. Where were we up to? Yeah, see what he was saying. Do another sprint. I was saying happy sprinting. Hayden saying back. Hello, Hayden. And Casey was saying, hey, it's our last sprint. So how did everybody do? I did okay. I got going on the table, and I'm working my way through, and I'm plugging away. It's hard to determine word count because Word acts weird around tables. It does. It's a bit strange, but I am happy with the progress I made, and that's the main thing. Emma says 216. Well done, Emma. Good job. Michaela is almost done with Act 2. Cool. That's some good outlining progress there. Any exciting tidbits you want to drop about dragons? I mean, inquiring minds, you know. It's not that I have no content. I have no content. This stuff, you don't want to know. Okay. Well, I mean, well, the question I'm asking is, was the relevant background work cited to find what is currently known about psychometric properties of the measures under study and the potential contribution of the current research question? So I'm going through studies to be like, hey, what was your literature review like? So yeah, that's it is as riveting as it sounds. It's important, useful things to do, but it is not. It's not as much fun to discuss as dragons. Let's be real. Dragons have a universal appeal. This is a little bit niche. I mean, that's an interesting question. At least one person is saying that that they want to sprint for an hour. Could do another sprint. Emma says, sounds like a spoof of an academic question. This is the trouble with academic spoofs. They're accurate. Though they don't always capture the true existential horror of what it is like to conduct research. It's never ending. I've seen things, man. Seen things. Yeah. But yeah, it's the really awful thing. The really awful thing is that is item 1 of 12. And I have to apply each of those criteria to 40 papers. I haven't used Word in years, but if you copy the table into another document and select hide grid lines, copy the table, should post it with no grid lines. Yeah, that would be a way of doing the word count. To be honest, I don't think I care enough about word counts to do that. Yes, Emma. Oof. My feelings exactly. Oof. So happy I'm not in academics anymore. Yeah. I'm looking forward to going back into clinical practice. There's less of this there. There's some of this, but there's less of it. Control Shift C in Google Docs will give you the word count. Yeah, that's a good thing to know. I still don't care enough. And it says miss it, but do not miss it at all. Yeah, that is fair. it's college is great. College is great, but then you have to write this sort of thing, and yeah, there's only so much your brain can do of it before it slides off like. Yeah. Anyway, I think I am going to call it. So yeah, that's probably the last sprint. Yeah, sorry to have missed you there, Hayden. I'm glad you got an errand done there. That's productivity as well. Even if it delayed your reading of the book, I hope that you are enjoying it. Read several chapters, wrote a few hundred words. Yeah, it's good going. Good going. CB says, thought I'd post keyboard commands just in case you need to know the word count when you're submitting. Yeah, I mean, I'll just go on whatever it tells me the total word count is because they ain't going to know any different. But, if I'm sending it to a journal, I might need it. I will definitely check. I'll use that trick. Thank you for the life hack. And it says, gonna have to stop, do some housekeeping things. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to feed myself. I think that is a thing that I'm gonna need to do, and I've got to get these badges out in the post. So, thank you all for coming out. It's been great talking to you. We'll have another stream next Tuesday. Remember to like, subscribe, do all of those things that make us more findable in the algorithm. Follow me on Instagram if you want. I don't know, what do YouTubers say? Yeah. If you want more sprints, you can find Devin's playlist down below. There will be other people there who are sprinting. And I will see you on Tuesday, which is, I think, the solstice. Thanks to the stream. Yeah. Thanks everybody for coming, and thanks for helping me out with my sound issues earlier, and for your patience in and actually coming back to it, because I was afraid I'd lose you all. CV says, see you after Christmas, because Les Mis on Tuesday, have support on Thursday, and getting a booster. Yeah, so that's utterly legit stuff. I hope that you have a great time at Les Mis, and that the booster doesn't knock you out too much. I will see you on the other side, my friends. Goodbye.